I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I have been a social worker for the last 10 years or so. And over the last year, I started a group psychotherapy practice that specializes in eating disorders, trauma, and psychedelic assisted psychotherapy, specifically with ketamine treatment. In this growing stage, I still see a full caseload of clients, but I also run all parts of my business. So I do all of the hiring, I do all of the marketing, pretty much everything, all of the billing. I spend a lot of time with clients, but a lot of time behind the scenes as well. I was doing private practice part-time for many years, so probably dating back to 2019. But when I decided to go full-time um, in November of 2023 is when I was in the planning stages. I started working with Vlad. Well, at that point, it was very small scale. So I was just seeing one-on-one clients, and didn't have this dream of a group practice or expanding. And then when I started to think of that is when I sought out help because I didn't understand financially or from a tax perspective what I should be doing. And turns out I was not doing it very well. So yeah, that's when I hired Cherry CPA. I had heard from people here and there, like, oh, you should really look into how you're filing. You could save yourself money, but really, finances and numbers and taxes really stressed me out. So I was just very avoidant and went what I thought was, the path of least resistance. But when I started working with Vlad, he really educated me on what my options were and why certain choices would benefit me and the practice financially. And really, he handled all of the stressful parts of it. So I didn't have to do as much and it felt a lot easier. And I'm happy I did it. He did end up saving me, a lot of money. I just want to really focus on client care. And the more time that I was trying to spend behind the scenes and the more administrative task I had to do, I mean, it was tiring and I would feel burnt out and then I wouldn't have as much to give my clients. So I really wanted someone who would just handle everything for me, that I didn't have to think about it, didn't have to stress about it. I could trust that it was being done well. And so that made it a pretty easy decision. It's been the tax savings for sure, but also he's taken away a lot of headache and me needing to worry about numbers. Like I can just trust and fully trust that Vlad handles it and I don't even worry about it. So I would say he's taken a lot off my plate. He definitely helped me in terms of how I should file and how I could save myself money in the long run. He carries the stress of all of the numbers and the taxes, and it saves me a lot of time, a lot more time that I can put either into my practice or I can spend at home with my family, and really just being able to trust that it's being done well is a lot. Well, I didn't know anything about taxes or how to set up my business or I didn't know any of that. Vlad handles it like 100%. I don't do anything with my accounting taxes. He just sends me over, hey, I need this, or hey, do this. I'm like, okay. And I do it. And he just takes care of it. I mean, I know he helped me drastically on my taxes and just how to structure things financially. I can message Vlad whenever I get, a piece of mail that has to do with my taxes. I have no idea what it means, and I can send it over to him and he'll say, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." Or if I have questions about an expense, like a big business expense, and hey, am I doing this right? And he'll answer me like very quickly. And then I can just spend more time doing the parts of my job that I like versus the parts that I really don't like. I'm a lot more confident now in my business. So I'm confident that I'm handling my business well financially. I'm confident that I'm not making mistakes on my taxes. And it gives me the confidence to continue growing also. So I just can trust that it's all taken care of, which gives me the confidence to grow because that is scary. It's a risk when you start to grow, especially financially. So having that reassurance and that safety net is really important. I think it will be very helpful. There hasn't been a question that he hasn't been able to answer yet. And if I talk with him about different ideas I have or different plans I have, he'll tell me, okay, well, this is how you would need to go about it, or this is what's going to be hard about that. But I do want to continue to grow, and having him is super important so that I can do that in a really smart way. I knew someone who knew about Cherry CPA, which helped me trust him. But he also did like an introductory discovery call, and I could tell that he really knew what he was talking about. I had interviewed one other person. I just had a difficult time trusting them and trusting that what they were telling me to do was sound and would be the best decision for me. And there was a huge difference when I interviewed Vlad, just in how comfortable I felt with the decision. It feels like I know the person I'm working with. It doesn't feel like some, firm that I have a hard time getting someone on the phone, or I have a hard time getting answers, getting responses. It feels very comfortable, and he's very friendly, and I can ask questions and I don't have to feel bad about it. I'm very comfortable recommending him to everyone. I think there are just so many other places to focus your energy that will grow your business than sitting and needing to stress about the numbers and your taxes. He's very smart and will understand like what your goals are and what you want to work on, and has answers on how you can do that best. And I recommend him to people all the time. I know so many people now who work with him because I tell them like I trust him 100%. He's made my life so much easier. Just call him, talk to him, you're going to love him, and then they always hire him. I can take all of that energy and put it into providing really amazing care to my clients. And then my clients are happy, and my clients share information about me with other people because they've had a good experience. And ultimately, I think that providing really great care and focusing on what you do well is what's going to grow your business. And I'm a much better therapist than I am an accountant, for sure.